I'm going to call the Planning and Economic Development Committee meeting to order, and the first order of business is a roll call, please.
Mrs. Root,
Here.
Mr. Barnes,
Present.
Mrs. Burdick,
Here.
Mr. Curran,
Here.
Mr. Dibble,
Here.
Mr. Healy,
Here.
Mrs. Hopkins, Mr. Ricky,
Here.
Mr. Crandall. 9 present.
Okay, the next item is the approval of the October 20 minutes. Do I have a motion? Mr. Curran makes a motion. Mr. Dibble makes a second. Any further discussion on those minutes? If not, I'll ask for a vote. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carried. So the next item is Rita Solbeck Lynch, Employment and Training Director, and she had sent out her monthly report. Rita, do you have anything you want to highlight and open for questions?
Actually, it was a really quiet month during October. The unemployment rate was down again, and we still are busy helping people with their unemployment claims, the ID.me. The Department of Labor did send us a list. We sent them a list of the commonly asked questions, and they sent us a list of responses, so that has been very helpful. We're happy that Saputo settled their contract, and they're all hopefully back to work now. We spent a lot of time with them applying for unemployment, and I have nothing new to report.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions for Rita today? Pretty quiet group.
Yes,
Thank
it
you,
is.
Rita.
Okay, thank you.
Next up is Keir Durham, Planning Director, and in his place today we have Michelle Dunhoff. Keir cannot be with us today. As many of you may have heard, his mother passed away, and our thoughts go out to him and his family. So go ahead, Michelle.
Sure. So I will just take a minute to highlight a few of the items on the planning report today. Under community technical assistance, we're continuing to work with the Amity Belmont group to complete their joint comprehensive plan. That's expected to be finished in early spring. The Alfred State College students recently did their visualization studies and presented those to the public in October, which were well attended by community. The Allegheny County Planning Board meeting was scheduled for tonight. That has been canceled. The next meeting is December 15th, pending any referrals for that. And then under shared services, we were able to hold a meeting November 4th and had a quorum to do the vote. The panel members decided not to submit a plan for 2021, and so we just have a few items to finish up and submit to the state for that. So those are the only items I have to highlight. Do we have any questions on the report?
Mrs. Hopkins.
Thank you, Mrs. Root. I just wanted to comment on the presentation by the Alfred students, the architecture students. I attended the program in Hume and last year in Canada, and I just want to commend the students for their knowledge and the ideas that they bring to these communities. There were many good questions. The illustrations are fantastic, and it really stimulates new thinking in the communities, and I would encourage any other communities that have the opportunity to apply for that, that to please do that, because it's really eye-opening. Thank you.
Do we have any other questions or comments for Michelle while she's here? Michelle, you've got a couple other things. We have a request to fill a planner. There's an MOE in our packet today. Do you want to speak to that?
Sure. So we are requesting to create and fill the planner position. It is in our 2022 budget, and we'd like to also ask for any resulting backfills for that as well.
Mr. Healy, are you moving it? Okay, do we have a second to move this? Mr. Ricky seconds it. Any further discussion on this position or questions?
So this is a newly created position?
So, right now, the position is currently vacant in the development office. And so this is more of a housekeeping item where we're asking to eliminate the position that's in the development office and move it to the planning office.
Thank you. I
And it-
remember the conversation
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
Are we good? If so, I'll ask for a vote. All in favor of the motion, please say aye. Anybody opposed? The motion is carried. And once again, we have a Wild Soul, Wild Place activity report, and I think you have something for us to see, but you want to go over the report for us?
Yes, so prior to the meeting, I placed a PDF packet on your desks. It is the campaign performance analytics for the Wild Souls, Wild Places social media campaign. The numbers that are in that report are from September 7th through October 31st. So a few things I'll highlight here. The total reach since the beginning of the campaign has been 186,719. We've had over 2,500 link clicks and 15 newsletter subscribers. So from the last campaign update that you received, we've had a 60,000 increase on that reach. And there were, in this month, since the last report, there's been over 100 increase from the previous month on the link clicks. So the campaign is proving to be quite successful. And the average viewer in the target market is viewing and interacting with the Western New York Wilds ad 3 to 4 times, as opposed to in September, the frequency was 2 to 3 times. So it is increasing. People are seeing it more and they're interacting with us more. We're getting more traffic on Western New York Wilds, which is the whole purpose of the campaign. They're seeing us and they're noticing the ads and they're paying attention. So. And if you don't have any questions on the analytics, then,
We have one question.
okay.
Michelle, when you talk about Western New York Wilds, I assume you're not just referring to Allegheny County, because Allegheny County is not anywhere on this brochure.
So when we're talking about Western New York Wilds, that is our new brand that we're trying to promote and show. We're trying to create that brand and make people aware of it. And when they click on Western New York Wilds, that is our tourism website, and that's where they get pulled into Allegheny County.
It takes you right to Allegheny County.
But why wouldn't you put Allegheny County on here so they know that you're talking about our county?
That's intentional? So that,
I believe that is intentional to create brand awareness.
so maybe they don't, aren't, they saw Allegheny County, maybe they say, well, I'm not as interested in, way maybe they look at and see. Then they find out, oh, wow, where's that at, Allegheny County?
Right, yeah, so the idea is that when you're creating the brand, we're trying to make more awareness of what Western New York Wilds is and what it means to the communities. And when you actually click on Western New York Wilds, that's when you get the information on Allegheny County and where we are and what it is that we offer here.
Michelle,
I have an issue with this, I guess. I think somewhere on here, it should specifically say Allegheny County. That's what we're promoting, is our county. We want it to have a positive, so we shouldn't have to go through, click something to find out we're talking about our county. That's just my opinion.
Thank you.
what I'm wondering is, when you type in Allegheny County, does this Wilds come up? It pops up?
Yes.
Close.
I also think that if you click through, and how many of you went out and signed up for this from last month? Any of you? Show of hands. How many of you went out and signed up to get these Facebook feeds? If you did, okay, and you click through, you will see stories of businesses here in Allegheny County. And I agree, there needs to be some kind of a tag link, perhaps, but through the stories and in the copy, many times it talks about Allegheny County businesses, Wellsville, New York, and that. So it's a blended. If you haven't done it, go out and sign up to get these. So any other questions? Mr. Dibble, you had one.
Along with what Jan says, I like LA County NY. So you don't go to Pittsburgh or Maryland, you go direct to this county.
Okay.
Mrs. Root, this is Judy Hopkins. I recall during the discussion of the development of this program that you were working with the expert, Josiah, I forget his last name. But anyway, there was the discussion about how many different Alleghenies there are and how confusing it is, and people don't know where they're talking about, even though if they see it there. So I think the decision was made, and correct me if I'm wrong, the decision was made to leave that out and pull them in with these taglines here. Is that right, Michelle?
Yes, that's correct.
Mr. Havey.
Thank you. I think brand development, and I hate to disagree with Josiah on this, but I think brand development takes time. I believe that for a period of time, Allegheny County needs to be on the material that we put out. I think as soon as it develops its own life, the Western New York Wilds gets enough notoriety so it is recognized, then we could drop that off. But in the meantime, I'm afraid that the initial thought when people see it is Western New York Wilds, I don't know where that is, and the attention span of some folks is such that they may not go find out. I just think it's a cute little Band-Aid that we can do just to make sure that we don't turn some folks off. Thank you.
Thank you. I think these are all good comments, and we can take it back to the development team, and I'm sure there's a way to include that logo on any piece provided for that.
Yes, thank you. So if there's no other questions or comments on that, what we would like to do next is show you the current campaign video, which is titled Meet Ed. You'll remember at last month's meeting, we showed you the video that was in motion called Meet Nick.
I would not want to give up my spot here on the farm just because of its beauty. The views are amazing. It could be just you. It's still beautiful. Basically, I've been working for Kent Farms since I was 14. I'm fourth generation here at Kent Farms. I've got like 30 years at the farm already. I'm only 45. There's definitely some growing pains. The things were pretty bad on the farm, and it looked like we were going to lose the place. I got a job off the farm where I was working second shift, being a machinist. You know, I thought it was a necessary thing to do, and you know, thank goodness things turned around and I came back. One of the things that we thought about when we were doing the business plan for the brewery is like, will we get enough people to support this? And I think our location is actually a big draw. It's out here in the country in the middle of a working farm, and it's part of what makes our place cool, I think. One of the great things about the area, though, is we help our neighbors. From what was a shack in the backyard to what we see now, every other step of the way when we needed something, people pitched in and helped us, you know, build the place. But there's definitely challenges with opening during a pandemic. You know, we're really worried initially, you know, whether we would survive it or not. But, you know, we did great. Yeah, the community has been really behind us right from the start. It was great to see them, you know, support us through that tough time, too. It happens fairly often. People come here and they just say how wonderful the beer is, and they tell me I'm doing a great job and think the place is beautiful, and you know, that's what it's all about, making people happy.
They are synced. I think it's probably just an internet glitch, maybe.
Yeah. So you've showed us two videos so far.
Yes.
I know there's another one out there that I've seen about winter sports in Swain.
Yes, that is actually the next video that's being released November 8th. It's called Meet Steve.
And do you want to tell us a little bit more? I think that is Steve Walker.
Yes. So my understanding is that Mr. Walker is involved with activities up at Swain, and he is going to be focusing more on the different recreational opportunities that are up at Swain and what that area has to offer. I believe he's also featured in a later video where he will talk more about his business, Walker Metalsmiths.
Thank you. So we have about 6 of these that are in the process of being delivered, do we not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So the idea right now is
Thank you, Jen.
Each month a new video will be released, and the target market for these particular videos is the Buffalo suburbs, and then the November video, Meet Steve, is going to be extended into Rochester, and we're hopeful with next year that we'll be able to expand up into the Syracuse area as well.
Okay. Anyone else have any questions, comments about the media campaign? Mrs. Hopkins?
I just want to say this particular story about Mr. Kent is a great Allegheny County story. It says an awful lot about the county as well as the family in that particular story, and I'm very proud of it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So next month, you'll have another video for us?
Yes.
Okay. We'll look forward to it. Next up is Craig Clark, the Economic Development and Industrial Development Agency rep. And we had his monthly report. It was sent to us. Craig, is there anything you want to highlight? And then we can open it up for questions.
Unfortunately, no real highlights. Continue to work on everything we've been talking about. The Crossroads project that I mentioned earlier, we have 3, and I've actually talked to 4 developers. There we go. I have, excuse me, I apologize. Working at the Crossroads on development at the Crossroads, and I've actually been talking to 4 hotel developers. One said he'd let me know in January. One is still ongoing. The other 2 seem to be much more likely to do something out there. Things are starting to finally break. You know, COVID really made a big impact on hotels, and the biggest problem from at least the one developer is saying is getting even money from the banks for such thing as hotels. So we'll get something going there fairly soon. Angel Fund is continuing to look at that one potential investment. It's taking longer than I'd hoped. Arvos Lundstrom, as you've noticed, we're starting to work with them on some of their training needs for in the Wellsville area, because they're going to be hiring at least 100 different people at different levels, including welders, painters, and some engineers and staff. I know they're already starting to work with Rita on that as well. Well, so the business park, we talk to them regularly. They're still having a couple of ideas on projects, which hopefully we'll get to announce in next year. It won't be this year. Have not talked recently to Great Lakes Cheese and/or Cuba, but I know we'll be talking to Cuba about the Cuba facility once they decide to leave, but that's 3 or 4 years down the road, so it's kind of hard to market something that's still operational. Anything on those items? Sorry. Yes, Gary?
Cuba plant in the future, would Saputo...
Gary, would you turn on your mic?
Cuba plant in the future, would Saputo have any interest in?
We would talk to them first, obviously, but I don't think it's set up, and it's probably a little bit too far away, but they may be, yeah. You never know.
Thank you.
Because they're doing very well. Clean energy projects that are ongoing. The one large wind project is still programmed to start sometime next year. All of the small solar projects are starting, except for Independence. It's been slow starting. Everything else is either in progress or finished. And then there's, as we've talked a couple times, there's 2 large solar projects, one in Alfred and Hume, that are still in developmental stage, as you well know. We'll see how those go. There's also a third one, I think, I don't know if I didn't hear because I came in a little late, but they're talking about another potential wind project in Independence and Andover. And they've had some initial meetings, and they came and talked to us Friday. So it all depends on if they get the right land and if everybody wants it. They're only going to be there if people want it, like most of these projects. They're not looking to move into an area that nobody wants. Any question on the clean energy projects? There's quite a few and fairly high impact as far as short-term jobs and some pilots and benefits to the communities. The microenterprise grant, all but one of the 6 projects has gone very well. They're almost all closed out. There is one that has been struggling, so we're going to be asking for a extension, which there's no problem in getting an extension, and we'll do that to make sure that that one project still completes. Other than that, the CBDG grant is going very well, and they're very pleased with the outcomes, and so are we. That's the major stuff on here, except for I do not have an announcement yet on anything in Wellsville on the old Kmart facility, but we're still working through with that, and I think that hopefully we can announce something soon on that because it's still on someone's desk, but we're getting there. Any questions?
Mr. Barnes,
Yes,
turn your mic on, please.
The Dresser Rand plant in Wellsville.
Wellsville Park, yeah.
Is anything moving at all in that?
I'll be honest with you, we've had 2 or 3 really good bites, and one we were sure we're going to land in there, but it hasn't come to fruition yet. I think they were kind of waiting for the infrastructure project because it's steel related, but nothing signed up yet, no. But they have a couple of other ideas themselves on the business plan of what they might put in there as well.
You're talking about the owner, the
Yes,
current
the owner,
owners?
yeah. I talk to Joe quite often, yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Dr. Clark? If not, thank you,
Okay,
Craig.
well, thank you.
So next up is, do we have anything for old business today? Do we have anything for new business? Anything for the good of the order? If not, I'll ask for a motion for adjournment. Mr. Dibble makes the motion and Mr. Ricky seconds it. All in favor of adjournment, please say aye. Aye. We are adjourned.